Take a deep breath. Relax your shoulders. We'll start with a slow roll down. Drop your chin to your chest. Take a breath into your neck. Bend your knees and slowly roll through your upper back. And your mid back. Eventually hanging down as far as you feel comfortable, stretching out the whole spine. Deep cleansing breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth with a sigh. We're going to work the core on the way up. Before you start to roll up, draw your abdominals in towards your spine. Press to your feet and slowly come up, breathing into your back. Keep your core muscles pulled in. And then as you get to standing, keep your core tight and you're going to reach your arms out and all the way up over your head. So when I say keep your core muscles in, it's like I'm tensing my muscles, but I'm drawing them in towards my spine. Like if you were on the beach and you saw someone good looking, you'd suck your tummy in. It's the same idea. So draw the core in. This is called the abdominal lock in yoga or Uddiyana Bandha. And this builds nice core strength and posture. So with your core muscles pulled in, Uddiyana Bandha, you're going to stretch up and over to one side. So even though we're stretching both sides, we're also drawing the core in to support. Let's hold here. You could look up or down. Let's come back. Take a moment, reset your core, muscles in, up and over to the other side. Breathe. Come on back strong. Open your arms out to your sides with your palms face up. Now watch that you don't, when we open, sometimes we like to jut the ribs forward. So pull your ribs in, strong core as you reach to your side. Take a deep breath. Bend your arms, touch your shoulders, big slow circles. Reverse. Release, reach your arms out again, give them a little shake. Palms are down now. Make fists with your hands, circle your fists around, massaging your wrist joints. Or you could do it with open hands or a little bit of both. See what feels good. Reverse. Give it a little shake. Stand in your mountain pose again. Take a deep breath and notice the energy moving through your arms. We're going to do the same thing, rolling down, chin to chest. Bend your knees. Engage your core and slowly roll your spine down as far as you feel comfortable. Use this pose to decompress your spine. If you want, you could hold your elbows with your hands, using that weight to pull yourself down even deeper. If you need less of a stretch, prop your elbows up on your knees and lift your head. We'll take 2 more deep breaths in the pose. The plank pose. Walk your hands forward, shoulder width apart. Step back onto your toes. Draw your abdominals in, just like we were working on. So don't let the ribs sag down with gravity, but push the floor away and pull your abdominals in. Reach to your head and your heels. Draw your shoulders back. Take a deep breath. Downward dog, hike your hips up so now you're in a triangle. And if you want, you could walk the dog. If being upside down doesn't work today, come down into your child pose instead. Deep breaths. Release, come down to the hands and the knees. We're gonna build on that core work that we started with. So the hands will be directly under your shoulders and a little bit closer together. So usually we have them quite wide. We're just gonna be on one hand. So make sure your arms are really vertical. Lock your core in, abdominals in. Reach your right arm and your left leg away. Hold. Reach away from your center as you draw your abdominals in. Take a breath. Slowly release. Reset your core, left arm, right leg. So the key to this exercise is to go slow because you have to really use your midline to hold your leg and your arm. Release. Right arm, left leg. Reach away, but draw core in. Release. Left arm, right leg. Release. One more time each way. Take a breath. Release. Last side. Release. Let's take a break in child pose. Sit back. Relax your head to your hands or to the floor. Relax your core. Release. We're going to come to a high kneeling position for the next exercise, and your toes are going to be tucked under. So this works the quads and the hip flexors, but it also works the core and counter poses sitting in a chair. So first you want to squeeze your glutes or your bum cheeks so that you push your hips forward, and then you're going to extend your arms in front. Try to lean back, but keeping a straight line from your knees up to your nose. So you don't want to arch and let your bum sink back, but lean back and make one long line. If you want to work harder, open your arms wide. I can already feel a bit of a shake in my core. If you want to work even harder, reach your arms up, lean back more. Listen to your body, listen to those knees. One more breath. Feel that purifying heat you're building. Good job. Let's take a break. Bring your shoulders over your hips. Untuck your toes. If it's okay with your knees, sit back on your heels. Take a deep breath and feel that purifying heat that you built in your core. If that was enough, you're going to stay here. If you'd like to come along again, tuck your toes, come up, squeeze your glutes, tailbone down, reach forward, sideways or up. That's an order of difficulty. Lean back, making a straight line. Breathe. Each exhale, activate that abdominal lock. Pull your abdominals in towards your spine. Challenge yourself. We got two more. Release. Rest. Kneel or come into child pose. Let it sink in. Downward dog. This time we're going to move forward to the hands. So you could step forward, or you could do a little hop with your feet forward and come to a flat back. Draw your core in. So you have to really work your back muscles to make your back really flat. Reach through your head, pull your shoulders back. Hold here, take a breath. Standing forward then, pull your abdominals in. We're going to fold forward deeply. In yoga, whenever we fold forward, we pull the abdominals in, and that helps to detox and strengthen the abdomen.
Long spine, shoulders away from ears. Very dynamic. You're working very hard here. Deep breaths. You're going to come up with a flat back. Lift your head a little. You're going to sweep your arms out to your sides, bend your knees and come all the way up. Reach over your head, inhale. Exhale, mountain pose. You can have your hands in front of your chest or rest your arms by your sides. Take a moment and feel that purifying heat that you built in your body. So now we're going to put that core work to use in our yoga poses, all that work that you just did. So you're going to step out wide for warrior two, nice and wide. Open your arms, take up as much space as you can. Deep breath. And then bring your arms in line with your shoulders and just check and see that they're in line. Turn your right toes out. So this is the part where we lose our core. When we bend our right knee, what happens is the core spills out the front. So use your hands, pull your core in with your hands, point your tailbone down, try to maintain that with your muscles, and then come into your warrior two. So the pose looks simple, but you're doing a lot on the inside. Breathe. Let's try a side stretch. Maintain that core strength. You're gonna either bring your elbow to your knee and reach your arm over your head, or you could come down with your hips and reach for the floor. What you don't wanna do is have your hips up here and you're reaching for the floor so the hips are high. If you reach for the floor, you wanna sink your hips down. So it's a real hip opener. Okay, check in with your abdominals, they're strong. You can look up to the hand if your neck is okay. Let's come back strong. Inhale, press into your right foot, release. Exhale, turn your feet to the left. Take another inhale, find your warrior two. If you want to use your hands, if that was helpful, tailbone down, abdominals in, looking to the left fingertips. Even though your core is engaged, you can still breathe. Breathe into your chest and your upper back. Be strong like a warrior. Stare down the enemy. Let's add the side stretch. If you're going for the floor, make sure you bring your hips down with you, or elbow to the knee, right arm over the head. Look at one point. From here, we're going to release into a plank. Reach down to the floor, let your back heel lift off the floor. Step back to a plank so that your shoulders are right over your wrists. Now work on all that core that we've been working on. Pull your abdominals in, reach to your head. Take a deep breath. We're going to flow through our first vinyasa. So the vinyasa is the second half of the sun salute. You're going to try to lower down in one piece. If you need, adjust your hands back. Lift up halfway or all the way. Upward dog. Downward dog. Let's breathe it out here. Rest in child pose. Bring your knees down. Relax for a few breaths. Release. We're going to transition onto your sit bones for the boat pose. Come on over, stretch your legs out. So the boat pose is about maintaining a flat back while you're balancing on the back of your sit bones. Everyone's sit bones are a little bit different. Sometimes the tailbone gets in the way. So if this isn't working, once we get up there, if you're like, ow, my tailbone, just transition to your back and try doing it on your back. But I'll demonstrate it on the sit bones. Okay, so try to lean back, find yourself in your little boat. So option one, you hold on and you give yourself support. There is no option with the back rounded. Make sure in all these options, your back is really lifted. That's important. Abdominals in, like you're at the beach and you see someone good looking. Option two, let go. Option three, you would straighten your legs. But don't sacrifice your back. Be honest with yourself. Keep holding and breathing, drawing that abdominal lock in. One more. Release, cross your ankles. You can just sit, or if you want another abdominal toner, round your back, push into hands and see if you can lift your hips off the floor. Some people can lift their feet off the floor too. I'm not great at that, but if you can do it, awesome. Great, release, sit tall. Take a deep breath. Notice what foot you have in front because I want you to switch it after the next one. Boat pose number two. Find your flat back, balance in your little boat. Keep breathing, draw the core muscles in. If you're not already, squeeze your inner legs together. Squeeze your knees and your ankles together. That will help you lengthen. You're doing great, hang in there. Breathe. All right, let's cross the other ankle in front. If that was good for you, you're gonna try to lift your sit bones or everything off the floor. Curl your tailbone. Release. Let's just sit in meditation and feel the energy moving through your body. Feel your heart beating. We've got one more for the core, and then we're gonna stretch it out. Come over onto your forearms so that your elbows are under your shoulders. Draw your ribs and your abdominals in. Reach through your head. Take a breath. If you're okay, we're gonna hold for 2 more breaths. If you're getting tired, just bring your knees down. Listen to your body. One more. Nice work. Let's lower down slowly into your Sphinx. So this will counterpose all the core work you did. Adjust your elbows so you feel really good in your back. If it doesn't feel good, try dropping your head down. The Sphinx. This stretches the abdominals after all your hard work, and it restores the lower back to its natural balance. If your head is still lifted, let your head hang down and stay on your elbows. Take deep cleansing breaths. Let your core really relax now. Release all the way down and rest your head on your hands. Take a deep breath. We're gonna try a twist from here. So if you can't see your computer, it might be hard for me to explain, so you may wanna watch me get into it first. Or if you can see your computer, come on with me. So you're gonna scoot to one side of your mat, if you're using a mat, and slide your knee up on the floor. Whichever way feels good for your knee. We're gonna do a twist. You're gonna lift yourself up and slide your opposite arm under, because that's gonna hold your knee. And then you'll roll back, so now you're in a one knee twist. So if that was too confusing and you get tangled into a knot, just lay on your back and pull one knee across. If you're still with me, you want to adjust and find the balance between this knee coming down, but this arm coming down. So I just adjust until I can find an equal balance. Head can be neutral, or you could turn back towards your hand to continue that spiral. See what feels good. Deep breaths, you're letting go of your core now. To come back, that arm that's extended, start to reach it up slowly over your head, tracing an arc over your head. And then eventually we're going to roll back onto your tummy. Take your time adjusting to neutral. Deep breath in the center. Let's go to the other side. Scoot over to your other side, slide your knee up. Lift up, opposite arm threads under. That's going to reach for your knee. Roll back into your twist. Find that balance between the hip stretching and your arm stretching. Find where your neck feels comfortable. Deep breaths, let your core relax. One more deep breath. This time we're going to release onto your back. Slowly unwind when you're ready. Lay flat and rest. Full body stretch. Reach your arms over your head. Let out a yawn. Release and draw your knees into your chest. Massage your back in any way that feels good. You could rock or circle